Roxy was a stray dog brought into Birmingham Dogs Home some time ago. She was actually pregnant and quite heavily pregnant, so she stayed with us to have her pups. Obviously we bring them up with Roxy's help, obviously, until they're sort of old enough to rehome, but she stays with them. And then once they go home, then obviously we try and find a home for Roxy, which we did. She went home with a family member of one of our staff, and she's had a good life ever since.
Oh, and how long was Roxy with you?
In all, she was with us about 4 months or so.
And statistics reveal that over 25 stray dogs are found in Birmingham a week. What do you make of this? I mean, just how serious is the issue?
I mean, it's been a serious issue for a long time. I mean, we take in around 3,500 to 4,000 dogs a year, because we take dogs in from other areas as well, apart from Birmingham. But having said that, in years gone past, we've taken in 5,000, 6,000 dogs. So it's not a new problem. It's been a problem for a long time, and obviously numbers ebb and flow. And as you say, at the moment they've dropped a little bit. But overall, there's still a lot of dogs out there.
And how many dogs can you home at one particular time?
We have 2 centres, so we can hold at both centres about 180 to 200 dogs at any one time.
And how many do you have at the moment?
At the moment we have around 150.
And have you ever had to say no to a stray dog? Have you ever had to turn them down just because the capacity is just so full?
No. We work closely with a number of local authorities, and we've never been in that situation where we've had to say no, we can't take one of their dogs, or a dog brought in by the member of the public as a stray. No, we'll take them in and do what we're here to do, which is to look after them, find them homes, get them reunited with owners. This is obviously the first important thing to do. But no, I mean, it's a constant flow in and out, because you've got dogs going home and dogs coming in. So as long as the balance is about right, then we can always take dogs in.
So balance is key.
Exactly.
And the council also stated that this issue is happening because a lot of owners don't realise the cost, the time and the effort it goes into raising a dog or raising a pet. What do you make of this?
Yeah. Cost is one issue, but there are a number. You get family split, breakups. You get people moving through jobs, and costs, and there are lots of reasons why dogs end up as strays. And it's just education as well, but sometimes. So cost is important, but as I say, there are lots of reasons, and we've just got to try and tackle all of them.
So obviously, for you, education and awareness is key.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's just explaining as to what happens when a dog is taken on. Why you should microchip them, why they should be wearing a collar, why they shouldn't be let out just to do what they do by themselves at any time. Because a lot of dogs are lost just because people think they can let the dog out the front door and it'll come back. Well, it doesn't.
And you mentioned microchipping. Just for those that don't really know what it is, could you explain what it's about?
Yeah, microchipping is the inserting of a small electronic chip into the neck or other area of the dog, which has a unique identification number. And if that dog goes missing, that can be scanned and checked, and your address details should tie up to that number. Once it does, a centre like ours can then find your details, contact you and reunite you with the dog. They vary, some of them are in excellent condition, many of them aren't, and that can vary from being in a really seriously bad way, to various levels of just not being well looked after. But when they come in, we assess them and obviously give them what they need, whether that's serious veterinary treatment or just a brush and a bath and all that sort of thing. So no, they vary.
And typically, how long is it before a potential owner will come and home these dogs?
It varies from a few weeks to a few months, really. As an organisation, we don't want to keep dogs in our kennels for months and months or years, because they become institutionalised and they become harder to rehome the longer they're in kennels. So we push very hard to try and get dogs homed within a few weeks and months of them coming in.
And how many dogs do you have that come to you that say need to get put down because of their behavioural problems?
Well, the issue is that if a dog is aggressive, we assess all dogs for behaviour and general health as well, but mainly behaviour. And if a dog is bitten, and we know it's bitten, or it tries to attack our staff, or just is unpredictable and is a risk, then you can't rehome them. You can't rehome them safely. It's not something this organisation will do. But unfortunately, you can't keep them on site for the rest of their lives, because very quickly you would fill up and not be able to offer a home to anybody else. So unfortunately, that only leaves you one route to go down, really. But again, you can't rehome dangerous dogs.
And would you say their behavioural issues is because of the treatment that they've had from their owners, say if they've been abandoned, or the lack of attention they've got?
Yeah, I mean, how dogs are brought up has an effect on their behaviour, clearly. But equally, we've also seen very young dogs that come in that are naturally aggressive. It can be a natural trait, but clearly how they're brought up, how they're looked after, how they're treated will have a huge effect on their sociability. Yeah.
And how have you been raising awareness of responsible dog ownership?
We constantly are running articles and stories in the press. We work with local authorities and other corporate sponsors like Pets at Home, people like that, to go to their stores or local authority areas where we'll talk to people with the local authorities, do free microchipping days and things like that, just to reinforce what we're trying to say. We also go to schools and other groups where our staff will talk to them and take dogs to them and just talk to them about how to look after a dog. About 4 years ago, we realised that the site we currently occupy in Digbeth was not really suitable anymore. There's very little in the way of exercise facilities. There's a postage stamp of a site with our kennels on top of each other, and although it's done a great job for 30 years, we needed to change. We couldn't afford to buy something in the middle of Birmingham that would be large enough, so we looked out and we found a 12-acre site just about a mile from Birmingham Airport on Catherine de Barnes Lane. After a lot of hard work with getting a planning approval through, we did, and work started on the September last year, and it'll open to the public in about 4 weeks' time. So we're very excited about it.
So how long was it like for the preparation for this move?
Well, I'd say it's been a 4-year process, really. Just getting funds together to do it, the right design, finding a site, getting planning permission, because it was a greenbelt site, so we had to be very careful about what we did. Yeah. And obviously finding a contractor to build the home, and just to go through the process. But it's a fantastic home, and it'll be a great home for the dogs, the Birmingham Dogs Home, for the next sort of 40, 50, 100 years, hopefully. As I say, it's just got a lot of things that we haven't got at the moment. Yeah. Acres to walk in for the guys, volunteer dog walkers and such. So both the dogs, staff and the public that come there I think will love it.
No doubt be very beneficial. And you talked about funding, and you're privately funded yourself. So, I mean, how do you go about getting money? Do you have any fundraising events coming up? Or
we constantly have fundraising events going on. Christmas dinner campaign is a sort of well-known one in the area. We constantly attend Crufts, do the shows, talk to people all the time. Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have a lot of support from this area, Birmingham, all over the West Midlands. And that has helped fund the new home, which has cost £5 million just to construct. So we couldn't do that without the support being there. And fundraising campaigns are always ongoing. We have one at the moment, which is Buy a Brick, which is amazing.
Talk us through this. What's Buy a Brick all about?
People can buy a brick with and they can put either a message on about whatever they like, their favourite dog, their partners, whoever, and then that gets put onto a wall in the new home. So it's a way of being part of the new home as it opens, and obviously the funds that raises go towards the build and looking after the dogs.
That's very personal.
People interested can just look on our website and look at the Buy a Brick new build campaign, and it'll take them through it.
And how many bricks do you hope to have?
Well, our aim was originally to sell 1,000. We've already sold around 350, and it'll be an ongoing process. But I think that's our aim, is to 1,000. So I think once people see it in reality on the wall at the home, then I think they'll be blown away, and everybody will want to do it, hopefully.
And how much are you selling a brick for?
Well, there's either a smaller brick, which is £50, or a larger full brick, which is sort of double size brick, which is £100.
Yeah.
And that gives you 1, 2 or 3, 4 lines of text with whatever you want on there. So it's a great opportunity to sort of remember your old pet, or
Exactly.
you know, somebody, maybe a relative who supported the dog's home is no longer with us, something like that. But it's proven very popular, and anybody interested, just look on the website.
So far it's going good for you.
It's going very well.
Perfect. And also, you mentioned the website. Do you have any more information, details, how people can get involved or contact you?
Yeah, I mean, the website is obviously www.birminghamdogshome.org.uk, and on there you can see some of the dogs we've got for rehoming. You can look at the progress on the new build, just see how we, what we do day to day, meet some of the staff. You know, it just gives you an insight of about Birmingham Dogs Home, track events and things like that.